So for last 1 week, we were discussing the background of Ravan. Ravan, who is Ravan? Who is Ravana's father, Ravana's grandfather, and Ravana's great-grandfather? Also, who is Ravana's mother, Ravana's maternal grandfather, maternal great-grandfather, and cousins, and so many things we discussed. And what Ravana did with his brother and sister, what kind of administration he had, what all crime he was committing, basically, we discussed. So, majorly, Ravan received 5 curses. 5 curses. When he went to Kailas, he laughed at Nandishwar. By seeing his face, he said, "Your face looks like a monkey," and he was laughing. So Nandishwar cursed Ravan, saying that you're making fun of me, saying that my face looks like monkeys, Vanara. So the similar people will come and they will kill you, destroy you. So that is the first curse. Second curse, what is the second curse? He went and he was harassing incarnation of Mahalakshmi Devi called Vedavati. So Vedavati gave shrap, said that I will once again appear and I will become the cause of your death. So that was Vedavati's curse because he was committing inappropriate behavior with Vedavati. And the next curse, who gave the next curse? All the pativratas that he used to, not just pativratas, even unmarried girls that he used to kidnap, and also the married women, even small girls like that he used to kidnap, where Yaksha Kanya, Naga Kanya, Devata Kanya, Rishi Kanya. He did not spare anybody. All kinds of women he used to kidnap and harass them. So all their curse he received. And then he received the curse of King Anaranya, the predecessor of Ikshvaku dynasty, that somebody from our own dynasty, from Ayodhya, will come and kill you. And then what else? Kubera. Kubera's son is Nalakuvera. And Nalakuvera's wife is Rambha. And Ravan committed rape against Rambha. So he received the curse. From today onwards, if you approach any woman without their permission, your head will split into pieces and you will die. So like this, Ravan, you see everywhere you go, people say, please bless me. But Ravan was receiving everywhere sharp. So this was the kind of a person he was. And he continued to do this. He arrested all the Dikpalakas and he made them servants in the Lanka palace. You can imagine, like, if the ministers of this country, union minister of this country, they become your servant in your home, how bad it will be. Like some guest will come. Hey, who opened the door? That one. That is the home minister of this country. Who is washing vessel in the kitchen? Oh, that one. That is defense minister of this country. Who is cleaning the bathroom? That person. That person is, some other minister. So, like that, Ravan had arrested all the Ashtadikpalakas and made them servant. So he removed those, next to king there will be chamara, means they'll fan the king. So he removed them and said, Vayu, you should keep blowing the air, breeze wherever I walk. It should be nice breeze, like that. And so he removed all the lights in the palace and he said, Agni, you have to, have, fire everywhere. And in the kitchen, it is said that Yamaraj was made as a cook in the kitchen. So like this, it was an atrocious behavior, right? It just to satisfy your ego like that. So it was going on for thousands of years. So this is the end of Satya Yuga, where this Dashanana, Dashagriva, Ravana was doing. So now many changes have happened in the place now. The king Dasharatha Maharaj is ruling in Ayodhya. And Lavakusha, they describe how was Ayodhya, how was the city of Ayodhya. There are 2 complete chapters in Valmiki Ramayana. They simply speak about Ayodhya city. So Ramayana dedicates 2 chapters just to speak about Ayodhya city. How was Ayodhya? It is very important because in what kind of place the Supreme Lord will appear, we should know, right? Simply the Lord will not come any place. So how was it? So very nicely, Lavakushas, they start like this. Sarva purvamiyam esham asitya vasundara prajamati mupadhyaya nrupanam jayashalinam. They say that this city of Ayodhya is ruled by great kings. And who used to rule from there? Whoever was the king of Ayodhya, they used to control entire earth. Vasundhara. Vasundhara means the entire earth. You can imagine, right? So now when we say, okay, we have a king of India, so he will control only India. So he is not the king of some another country. But here it is said, at that time, in Treta Yuga, the king of Ayodhya used to be the king of the entire planet, not just Ayodhya. They used to be the king of entire planet. And what is the Vamsha or the lineage of these kings? They're starting from Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, from his mind, he created Saptarishis. And one of the Saptarishi was Marichi Rishi. And Marichi Rishi's son was Kashyapa Rishi. And Kashyapa Rishi, from his wife Aditi, he had a son. They had many children. One of the son was Surya Deva. And Surya Deva, with his wife, they had a son called Shraddhavan. His another name is Vaivasvata, or is also called Manu. Vaivasvata Manu. And that Vaivasvata Manu had a son called Ikshvaku. So this is the family lineage. Brahma, Marichi, Kashyapa, Surya, Vaivasvata, Ikshvaku Manu, and then the many great kings. And some of the great kings that Lavakusha themselves mentions are Yesham. Among so many kings in this family, the few only names they gave, Sagaro, Nama, Sagaro, Yena Bhavita. What kind of family it is? You know, sometimes they say, Hamara Khandan mein aise log aa chuke. You know, they build this like that. What have they built? The king called Sagara Chakravarti, the king Sagara, they built Sagara. Sagar means what? Ocean. Why we call it as Sagara? Because it is built by Sagara. There's a big story again. Some another time we can discuss. It is a king from Ayodhya who dug, like we dig borewell, no? So we are common people, we dig on borewell. And that also will fail. Water will not come. But here the kings of Ayodhya, they dug entire ocean. Because that king, his name was Sagara Chakravarti, and he had 60,000 children. How many? 60,000. We just can't even imagine this. Isn't it? This population control law, you know, people are thinking we should implement like this. Of course, we should understand these are not some ordinary people. They're not some ordinary people. They're not like ordinary human beings. Basically, it's in another category. They're called Chakravarti category. They're above human beings. So, Yeshams Sagaro Namo Sagaro Yena Bhanita Shashti Putra Sahasrani. Shashti means 60. Shashti Sahasrani Putraha. 60,000 children. So that kind of a family it was. And Ikshvakunamidam tesham rajñam vamshe mahatmanaha. What kind of family it is? People like Sagara, Ikshvaku, they all have come, right? So the Lavakushas are saying, we are talking this Ramayana that belong to the people of this family. It's not some ordinary people, ordinary family. This is the kind of family. Taditam vartayishyami sarvam nikhilamaditaha dharma kamartha sahitam shrotavyam anasuyaha. These people, these kings, they have conducted their life exactly according to dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is the greatness of these people. They never deviated from the boundary of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Such great people they are. So one should hear about them. This Ramayana, which is the story of this family, you should hear without any enviousness. Anasuyaha. With pure heart you should hear. Kosalo nama mudisityo janapado mahan. It is one of the metro city. Ayodhya used to be Janapada. Like today what we call metro. How many metro cities are there in India? There is, right, we call Delhi is a metro city, Mumbai is a metro city, Chennai, Bangalore, they're all metro cities. So huge population. Like Delhi, the population is 3 crore. 3 crore is the population. So that is called metro city. And so here it is said that Ayodhya was a metro city, Janapadaha, and it was in a state called Kosala Rajya. In the Kosala kingdom, the city was Janapada, Mahan Janapada, very big city. And it was on the bank of a river called Sarayu River. Even today it is there. If you go, you can see huge river, Sarayu River. And the banks of the Sarayu River in a state called Kosala Rajya, this famous, a great city called Ayodhya. Ayodhya Nama Nagari. Ayodhya Nama. What is the name of that Nagari? Ayodhya. Tatrasi Lokavishruta. Lokavishruta. Everybody knew about this city. Like you go anywhere and say, you know Paris, you know New York. Everybody says, of course, yeah, we know Paris, we know, New York, like that. They're world famous. So Lokavishruta means world famous. It was a world famous city during at that time. Manuna Manavendrena Yapuri Nirmita Swayam. Swayam Manu. Vaivaswata Manu. He is the founder of the city. You see the history. That many times we say, what is our country's history? We say, oh, before Britishers were ruling, before them some Mughals were ruling, before them who were like maximum 2000 years you can track. Before Ashoka, Mauryas, Chandragupta Maurya, before them who were there? Nandas were there, Navanandas. Before them who were there? That's all. We don't have much information because all the information is Ramayana, Mahabharata. And in the modern day education, we don't read Ramayana, Mahabharata. So we don't know our own history. So here, who is the founder? Who is the founder of Ayodhya city? Manu, Swayam Manu. He is the founder. Next, now it describes how the Ayodhya city was there. Ayata Dashachedadve Yojanani Mahapuri. The roads, the city had very broad and long roads. And first of all, what is the size of the city? Let us understand. It is said that 12 yojanas length. 1 yojana means 12 mile. What is 1 mile is how many kilometer? 1.6 kilometer. So 12 into 1.6, how much it is? Around 180 kilometers. 180? Yeah. So around 180 kilometer length. What was the length of the city? 180 kilometer was the length of Ayodhya city. And what is the width of the city? 3 yojana. 3 yojana is 12 into 3, 36 miles. So that comes around, 40, 50 kilometer. So you can imagine the length is 180 kilometer, width is around 50 kilometer width. That was the size of Ayodhya city. It is mentioned. And this Ayodhya city, right, it had very broad roads. See, wherever you go, any city you go, first thing that will attract your attention is the roads of that city. So once we met the Pune Municipal Corporation Commissioner, and we invited him, please come to our, where is your temple? Barne Road. Oh, we cannot come there. बहुत traffic jam रहता है उधर. He said, so cannot come, it's full of traffic jam. So city, the beauty of the city, one of the important aspect of this, roads. And here it is mentioned, how it is that? Rajamargena mahata suvibhaktena shobhita. Shobhita. It was so nice. Right? Shobha means very beautifully decorated. The city with Rajamargena. There was a separate road for the vehicles to go. There was separate road for people to walk. There was separate road for merchants. Like in the, if you go to railway station, you see sometimes goods vehicle will come on the track. And the same track, the passenger trains also will go. It is not a very best thing to do. In an advanced developed country, they have a separate track for goods and separate track for passenger. So in Ayodhya, it was like that. For people to travel, there was a separate road. For goods, there was a separate road. And for footpath, there was a separate road. And there was a separate dedicated road for royal people to go. Like in Pune, there is some dedicated in the center of the road. Only for, I think, some city bus or something like that, right? So like that, there was a separation. Su vibhaktena. Vibhakta means separation. So nicely the roads were separated. Footpath, goods, and for people to walk, and general passenger to go, and royal family to go. Rajamargena mahata suvibhaktena shobhita mukta pushpa. Both the sides of the road, there were flower trees to decorate it. There were trees with full of flowers, and in the evening those flowers would have fallen and it would look very beautiful views. Just see this, how nicely it is said. Mukta pushpa varkena, and every day jalasiktena nisprusha. With water they would clean all the roads. Not that some roads and both the side garbage is lying down, nobody is clearing, nobody is taking, is everywhere there is some garbage. No. Mukta jalasiktena nisprusha. With water they used to clean all the roads. This is how Ayodhya city was managed. See how nice. Tam tuta raja Dasharato Maharashtra vivardanaha Purimavasa Yamasa Divam Devayaryata. In this kind of city, Dasharatha Maharaj was living like a Indra in Swargalok. How it was like that. And next it describes Kavata Toranavatim Suvibhakta Rapanam. There were big entrance gate. All the road had entrance gates. Kavata means entrance gate. The moment you enter some road, there will be an arch. So it is said that Kavata Toranam Vatim, welcome arch gates in every road. Sarva Yantra Yudham Vatimepatam Sarva Shilpibihi. An entire city was filled with varieties of machines. Sarva Yantra. Some different types of machines were there. And Sarva Shilpibihi. In Sanskrit, Shilpi means engineers. Those who can, varieties of engineers. They are called Shilpi in Sanskrit. So general people idea, Shilpi means the sculptor, those who carve. That is only one idea, but Shilpi means engineers. So in the Ayodhya city, all types of engineers were there. They knew how to make road, they knew how to build buildings, like that. All types of mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, varieties of engineers were there. And then it is said that Uchchata Tala Dhvajavatim Shatagni Shatasankalam. There were tall buildings. They were looking like as if some mountains are there inside the city. In Pune, if you go, so many mountains are there. So in Ayodhya city, there are no mountains. It is a very flat land. So in the Ayodhya city, there were so tall buildings. It was looking like as if there are so many mountains. Right? And Shatagni, Shatasankulam, there were missiles, cannons, missiles to protect the city. Shatagni, it's a machine. It can immediately trigger the bombs and the arrows, and some very sharp objects will come out. At a single time, 100 people will be killed. If you just switch on that button, 100 people will be killed. Shatagni. Shata means 100. Gna means killing. So they were capable of killing 100 people at a time. Like that, such machines. How many machines were there? Hundreds and hundreds of machines were there. So nobody can dare to enter the city. If you, without permission, if you try to enter, this Shatagni, Shatasankulam, they'll immediately trigger. And they were not operated by any operators. They were designed by the Shilpis in such a way, they themselves will detect if any enemies are entering, and they will operate. They will shoot the arrows. They will throw the bombs. So nobody can enter inside. Vadhu, okay, now by hearing all these things we say, oh, looks like, always there is some war. And no, inside the city, what people were doing? Vadhunatakaschaish samyuktam sarvata purim. So many places, some are singing, somewhere some singing is going on, somewhere some drama is going on, nataka is going on, some entertainment is going on, some celebration is going on, right? It is said, Vadhunataka samsagnai samyuktam sarvata purim, everywhere some celebration, singing, dancing, drama, all that is going on. Udyanam varnopetam mahatim salamekalam. There were so many gardens. Not only good roads, a good city means it should also have good garden. Right? So you can understand by hearing all these things, what a well-planned city it was. Sometimes these foreigners come and tell, oh, our country is all very well-planned, like that. See this Valmiki Ramayana. It is written 9 lakh years back. And this city was not 9 lakh years old city. It is some 20-30 lakh years old city. How well-planned a city it was. Udyana, Amrita, there were mango trees, sala trees, all such trees were there in the Udyana, the gardens. Durgamiparaaghim Durgamanye Durdasaram. The fort was there. There was a very big fort around the city. And just outside of the fort, there was a moat. Moat means like a cannon, water will flow, but it is bigger than that. Nobody can just enter inside. First, there will be water. And in that water, there will be a lot of crocodiles. And somehow you enter into that water, the crocodiles will eat you. And then if you cross and come, there is a tall fort, Durga. And like Shivaji has built so many forts, no? Durg. So like that there were Durg. And all those Durgs, they had the Shatagni machines. They'll start shooting the arrows. Right? And it is said that Vajivarana Sampurnam Gobirushmai Karastata. What all was there? Vaji. There was special horses. You need horse. So Vaji means the horse, and especially the horse which are well trained for fighting, Yuddha, Vaji. So Vajivarana Sampurnam. There were so many elephants. What kind of elephants? Well-trained elephants, Matangas. Some of the elephants were direct descendants of Airavata from Swargaloka. Dasharatha Maharaj had elephants, and those elephants belonged to Airavata family in Swarga. And some of the elephants belonged to a family of Mahapadma. elephant. Anybody knows what is this Mahapadma elephant? See, you all don't know Indian history. Mahapadma is an elephant that belongs to Kubera. So Kubera's personal pet is an elephant called Mahapadma. And that Mahapadma category elephants were there in Ayodhya. Airavata category elephants were there. Like this special elephants. Kamboja horses were there. All this kind of horses. And Swayam Kamadhenu family cows were there in Ayodhya. Kamadhenu family. Kamadhenu, Nandini, Surabhi, these kind of cows were there. And there were so many donkeys to help the merchants to carry the luggage. So Karaistata. And there were many camels also for carrying purpose. Samantarajaischa Bali Karmabhiravratam. Because the king of Ayodhya, at that time Dasharatha Maharaj, he is the king of the whole planet. But he is king of whole planet. He is not there in every place. So there will be some Samantaraja. Samantaraja means what? A king who is reporting to Dasharatha Maharaj. They are not full-fledged king. They come under the administration of Dasharatha. They are called Samantaraja. So there will be Samantarajas from all around the world. So when they all come, where will they stay? Like you go to Delhi, there is some area, you will see so many embassies. There are continuous boards. Two types of embassies you'll see. They'll say Maharashtra House, Karnataka House. Every state has one building there around the parliament. And also the different countries have their own embassies. So beautiful. Every country has one nice building called embassies. So like that, all the embassies were there in Ayodhya. The Samantaraja Ischa, the embassy that will host these kind of kings. See, just you can imagine. Nana Desha Nivasaischa, Nana Desha. So many foreigners used to come to visit Ayodhya, to be there some days, and they used to stay for many months and be there, and they used to go. So Ayodhya used to get lot of foreign visitors also. Nana Desha Nivaschaischa Vanigru Rupashobhitam. Many people from different countries used to come to do business in Ayodhya. So all this is Ayodhya. Prasadyai Ratna Vikritair Parvatair Upashobhitam. Every this corridor were built with Ratna Vaidhurya. It is not built with some bricks and cement. It was all built with Ratna Vaidhurya. So like this is all description. We can see how nice, the whole Ayodhya city is. And always in the Ayodhya city, some musical instruments are being played. Veena is being played somewhere. Some kartal is being played. Some sitar is being played. Some mridanga is being played. This is kind of a very happy, joyful celebration, very rich and prosperous place, right? So by hearing this, do you think India was a very poor country and like that? See, our own glorious country's history, we don't read. We read some, very bad story about our own country. See how our one city, not full city it is, isn't it? So one city was so this one. So, and what kind of soldiers were there in Ayodhya? It is mentioned, Echa Banairnya Vidyanti Vivikta Mahaparam Shabdavedyam Cha Vitatam Laguhasta Visharadaha. There is one art called Shabdavedi. The soldier, ordinary soldier of Ayodhya were expert in Shabdavedi. Shabdavedi basically means you don't have to see your enemy to attack your enemy. You will be blindfolded. That means without even seeing your enemy, exactly you can target that enemy. Shabda, simply by hearing the sound. Even if that person is far away. Far away. So, who was expert? That every soldier in Ayodhya army, They all knew Shabdavedi. Everybody was practicing this Shabdavedi. They were very expert in this. They were releasing the arrow. And next it is said, Simha Vyagra Varanam Mattanam Nadartam Vane. These soldiers, they would enter into Vana. Vana means forest. With their empty hands, they will fight with Simha, Vyagra, Varaha. They will invite, they will make sound. They will go into forest. They will make sound and they will call the lions. And when the lion come with their hands, they will fight with the lions. They will fight with tigers. They will fight with the wild boars. Anybody wants to try? So we are not Ayodhya soldiers. No, it is saying what kind of the valor, what Mahavirya, Mahateja. Not even Dasharatha Maharaj. It is just talking about the soldiers. Isn't it? They would go and call Simha, tiger, lion, boar, and without any arrow, without any weapon, they would fight. What powerful soldiers they were like. Hantaro nishchitasche balair bahubalairapi. Their bahubala, they were so strong. They would kill this lion, tiger and all with their empty hands. They would attack and kill. Tadrishanam sahasraistabi purnanam maharatai. Compared to such soldier, sahasraitama, 1,000 times more powerful was this Dasharatha Maharaj. Ordinary soldiers, they know Shabdavedi. They can enter into any forest. They can, call any lion, tiger and fight with that. Oh, so powerful. Then how is Dasharatha Maharaj? 1,000 times more powerful. So Srila Prabhupada says, in Kali Yuga, the kings will never go to any war. They'll be sitting in the AC room and they'll be giving some instruction. Oh, what is happening on the phone call. But here, look at the kings. The real king means 1,000 times more powerful than the soldier. That is how the soldier will get that confidence. Oh, our king is so powerful. So we will also go and fight like that. So it is mentioned that Tadrishanam sahasrais tamabi purnanam maharatai. Purimava yasayam Raja Dasharatha. In such a city with such people, Raja Dasharatha was living. Right? Oh, this is all. There are some dancers, there are some singers, there are some drama people, there are good roads, there are soldiers. Oh, this is the kind of people. The last shloka of this chapter ends with a very powerful message. Tamagnir madhair gunar vruddhir avratam vijotamair veda shadgai paragai. The city was filled with such great brahmanas. Not simply some physically powerful people, soldiers and all. Finally, the city was filled with knowledgeable people. Pure people. Brahmanas, not caste Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas. And what kind of qualified Brahmanas? Veda Shadanga Parangai. They knew all the Vedas. They knew Shadanga, Jyotish Shastra, Vyakarana Shastra. Like that they knew all this Shadanga Parangai. So Sahasra Daisai. What kind of Brahmanas they were? If a Brahmana has got few duties. Dana Pratigrahana, Yajana Yajana, Patana Patana, Dana Pratigrahana. So they do Dan, they also take Dan. So this is one of the job of a Brahmana. So what kind of Dan they used to give in Ayodhya city? Minimum was 1,000 gold coins is the minimum Dan that was going on. We can all desire, we should take birth in Treta Yuga, Ayodhya city, the Bhikshan Dehi. What is the minimum Bhiksha? 1,000 gold coins. This is the capacity of Ayodhya city. Of course, in Indian culture, Bhiksha is not because you are Daridra, Kangal, I don't have anything. Bhiksha was only for Brahmanas. They have to ask, not because they are poor people. That is part of their lifestyle. They have taken Daridrya Vrata. That is a Vrata, like Ekadashi Vrata, Daridrya Vrata. They don't keep anything with them. What is required only for that day, they are supposed to keep. They cannot keep anything for tomorrow. So every day they have to go and do Bhiksha. So when they go for Bhiksha, minimum was 1,000 gold coins. We don't know the size of those gold coins, but whatever size it was still 1,000 gold coins. It was the minimum dan that was going on. Maharshi Kalpai Rishibhischa Kevalai. Like a great Maharshi Rishi. What kind of Maharshi Rishis were there? Vasishta, Vamabhaga, Jabali Rishi, Markandeya Rishi. All such Rishis were also staying in Ayodhya city. Not just soldiers, Maharathis who can go and fight with Simha, Vyagra, Varaha. Not Shilpi, engineers, not only powerful soldiers, not only dancers, singers, not only business people, but rishis like Vasishta, Jabali, Vamabhaga, and Markandeya Rishi. That kind of rishis were also living in this. What a amazing place it must have been, right? In that kind of city, Dasharatha Maharaj was living. And Dasharatha Maharaj, how he was managing this city, not only city, Kosala Rajya. He had 8 ministers. How many? 8 ministers. Anybody knows the names of the 8 ministers? At least one minister? Okay. So, he had the council of 8 ministers, and the first minister name was Drishti. Drishti. Drishti is a minister. As a king, he has to take a lot of strong decisions. When you take strong decision, before taking the strong decision, somebody should fully make research and understand what will be the far repercussion of this. What will be the consequences, impact of that, and how to strongly implement all that. Drishti means somebody who can strongly implement. That is the meaning of Drishti. Also somebody who has a good foresight. So he would give advice to Dasharatha Maharaj about taking strong decision and how to take far-sighted decisions. Not some short-sighted decision. Or what is good for next 1 month. No. If a king takes decision, it should be, the good result should be for many hundreds of years. That kind of good decisions he should take. So the first minister, Drishti, his name was Drishti. So he was advising Dasharatha Maharaj when it comes to making strong and foresighted decision. The second minister name was, any guess? Jayanta. Somebody has good name, good memory. So Jayanta was the minister who will assist and advise Dasharatha Maharaj to how to conquer Bahya Shatru. From the outside, if there is any attack, how to manage such attacks, how to control outside enemies, how to win them, how to keep them under control. So that was managed by Jayanta. The next minister was Vijaya. So it is not enough that you manage your outside enemies. There can be inside enemies sometimes. And these inside enemies are inside your own city. They'll be part of your own palace. Inside enemies are more dangerous than outside enemies. So those inside enemies will be fully managed by a minister whose name is Vijaya. Drishti will help Dasharatha Maharaj to take strong and foresighted decisions. Jayanta helps Dasharatha Maharaj to conquer outside enemies. Vijaya helps Dasharatha Maharaj to manage, control, and keep the inside enemies under the control. And next, Surashtra. Your kingdom should be very, very prosperous. It should have good income, right? Like nowadays, the government putting so much tax. So, what is that? Income tax, road tax. You purchase one vehicle, you have to give road tax. Then after giving road tax, and then when you're going on the road, you have to get toll tax. When you purchase petrol, you have to give tax. So everywhere tax. Anything you purchase, GST. Isn't it? But during Dashratha Maharaj, it was not like that. It is explained in Ramayana. Dashratha Maharaj was collecting tax. Exactly the honey bee, Madhumakki, collects the madhu from the flower. When Madhumakki takes the madhu, that sweet nectar from the flower does not get, burdened. It will not get spoiled. It takes such small quantity, the flower still remains very nice. So the way the government collect tax, the people feel like going and dying somewhere. Nothing is remaining finally. What is remaining? No, nothing, no money is remaining. Everything is taken away by the government. After that also we don't have road. After that also we don't get 24-hour electricity. After that we don't get water. See, but Dashratha Maharaj was through the minister called Surashtra, who would manage the prosperity and wealth of Ayodhya. Later, we will see how rich Ayodhya. In the future class, I will tell you, especially when Lord Ram was born, what did Dashratha Maharaj do? He announced that 7 days and 7 nights, the treasure house of Ayodhya will be open. Anybody can walk and take whatever they want. 7 days and nights in Ayodhya city, the treasure house of Ayodhya was kept open. Anybody can come, walk and take what you want, how much ever you want. Will anybody open like that? But Dashratha Maharaj opened, isn't it? It is said that nobody came because already everybody is so rich. Nobody wants that. Anyway, so Surashtra was the minister. So he was so expertly managing that this Ayodhya was so rich. And then the next minister was Rashtravardhana. Not only your kingdom is nice and prosperous and all, this has to grow, it has to expand, and there must be some activities, there has to be something different and unique and some new varieties, right? Rashtravardhana, that was taken care by a minister called Rashtravardhana. And next minister was Dharmapala. Everything should happen according to Dharma. That is very important. So how many ministers over? 6. And then the minister was Akopa. Next was a minister called Akopa. He would manage in such a way that nobody will become, not that they will not become angry. There are 2 things. You should become angry where you are supposed to become angry. You should not become angry where you should not become angry. And where you are supposed to become angry, how much I should become angry. Like for example, a small child has done some mistake. You become so angry at that child and you start beating that child. That much anger is not required. How much anger is required? That much anger is required. Somebody has committed some rape and you're telling, why did you do like this? And after that you're how much are you supposed to be angry? So, right? And so he would advise the king, citizens in such a way that the kopa, the anger was expertly managed. And it is also mentioned how he was managing, especially the citizens' anger. See, citizen means there will be some people who will be sometimes angry, upset with the king and all. So he used to go and talk to everyone and he listens to them. He means not only he and his team and like that. So they would always take feedback. They will listen to people. So it is said that when you listen to people, 50% of their problem is solved. People are angry that nobody listens to them, right? Sometime at home, there is a fight. Husband will tell wife, you don't listen to me. Wife will tell the husband, you don't listen to me. Actually, by not listening, there is so much of anger. So this Akopa, he knew this. So what is his main job was, he would go and talk to people and he would listen to everyone. So the citizens will talk, they will share, they will express, and they are satisfied. So how to keep people, see how nicely Ayodhya was managed, isn't it? Akopa. And the last minister, who is the main minister, prime minister of Ayodhya, that was Sumanta, was a personal assistant of King Dasharath. And he was also managing every other minister. All the ministers, what they were doing, the Sumanta alone can do. And he is also chariot driver, personal assistant, and also the prime minister of Dasharatha Maharaj. And they are called Amatya. In Sanskrit, Amatya, Ama means very near. Tya means staying. Staying very close to king, being with him always, completely dedicated for the service of the citizens. When they were doing service, they were called Amatyas. So these were the 8 Amatyas. And it is mentioned in the next chapter of this Ayodhya city description. In fact, the ministers of Dasharath itself is on separate chapter in Valmiki Ramayana. So there it is mentioned, they exactly knew the feelings of the citizens. They were so good at their management and administration. Sometimes it so happens those who are in the power, they're disconnected from the ground reality. They don't know what people are thinking, what is going on in people's mind. So they are in their own palace, they're only thinking whatever they want. But here it is said that all these ministers, they knew the pulse beat of the citizens. What are the feelings? What are the thoughts of the citizens of Ayodhya? They also knew what is a pulse beat of the king, Dasharatha Maharaj. It's very important for a minister. You should know what is the mind of your king. You should know what is the mind of your citizen. And they were very passionate about their job. Not that, kya kare, somehow I should do. No, they would wholeheartedly do this. They completely dedicated themselves in the service of king and the citizens. And it is also mentioned how dharmic they were. It is mentioned that even their own wife, even their own children, if they do mistake, they will give the same punishment what other criminal person would have got. Sometimes we hear the minister's son did this and ran away. Police is not doing anything. The minister is also already told, no, my son has not done anything like that. But Valmiki Ramayana specifically mentions there was no such nepotism like that. No encouragement. Oh, my family, I'm minister, I'm Raja, so my family can do whatever they want. They can do drunk and drive. They can kill some people on the road, or they can do whatever they want. Because they're minister's sons, you can't touch them. No. Specifically mentioned, they were so dharmic. They would treat their own family members when it comes to nyaya, justice, the way they would treat others. This is the kind of ministers Dasharatha Maharaj had. This is the kind of minister that Ayodhya city had. Under such ruling, under such minister, the Ayodhya city, Ayodhya Vasis, they were there. And it is mentioned, Ayodhya Vasis, they were all Jitendriyas. They themselves were fully controlled. They were self-controlled citizens. They had complete control over themselves. And another thing is mentioned specifically, nobody ever did any criminal activities in the Ayodhya city. The citizens, they were very good people. And the next one was, nobody was interested in gossiping. This is mentioned. In Ayodhya, people were not interested in gossiping. Then where were they interested in? They were always interested in, it is mentioned, learning the Veda, Upanishad, Purana, Itihasa. They were always interested in that. They were always talking about Veda, Upanishad, Purana, Itihasa. They were not into some gossiping and gossip mongers and all these things. So this is the kind of Ayodhya city. This is the kind of King Dasharatha Maharaj which comes from Brahma, Prajapati, Kashyapa Prajapati, the Vaivasvata, Sagara, Dilipa, Bhagirath, Raja Harishchandra, they all come in this kind of a family. And in that family, Dasharatha Maharaj has come. Very powerful king. So, the Valmiki Ramayana tells all these things. And then it says, with this much opulence, with this kind of a great city, such great soldier, such great citizen, Raja Dasharath was unhappy. He was unhappy. Why he was unhappy? Why? What was the reason? Why he was not happy? Why he was not enjoying all that? So that we will discuss tomorrow. So we'll stop here. Shri Valmiki Ramayana ki, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.